one of the interesting things we talked about years ago with this old screen when the new one was coming out with this design, and a lot of manufacturers had this, is the chips would actually come behind the smaller screen, hit the person in the cheek, bounce out the screen, and back in their eye.
Mm-hmm.
So we covered more of this.
Well, that helmet
And get cut. They aren't designed to stop cuts 100%.
Mm-hmm.
They're just designed to stop them, to prevent injury, or not preventing, to reduce the chance for injury or the severity inside of them. 2 layers. It doesn't have a steel toe, it has a composite toe. These are lineman boots.
And that's acceptable? Composite?
And really in logging, steel toes aren't required.
Where do you get them?
I got these at a logging show in Ohio. I think they're from Forrester's Friend, which is an ordering catalog, and they'll sell these. They were $140 or something like that.
It's hard to
And
find
pants?
women's.
where you get pants.
There's a raised line right here.
That's the sight line, okay.
Yep, it actually runs all the way around the saw. It's on the top of the cover also,
Oh, okay.
and it comes down to this side.
Okay. And what is the sight line for?
Well, if wherever I'd like the tree to fall, that's where I'm going to look over the back, look over the top of this, and aim to fall the tree in that direction.
Okay. So that was a down cut.
That's my sloping cut for the notch.
For the notch?
Yep.
Okay.
And what I'm doing a couple of things. I'm setting the length of my hinge. And the
Okay.
hinge what I want the tree to pivot on. I'm
Okay.
also setting the direction that the tree is going to fall.
Okay.
By doing this cut first versus the horizontal cut, I can now, I've got a window, a very small window, I can see all the way over to the other side of this tree. My next cut, I'm going to clean this out and finish the notch. I'm just going to line the saw. Saw tip.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to bore cut in. And you can watch, my arms aren't moving. If you watch the bar tip, okay, the 45-degree notch, if these two cuts match, as a down cut or a horizontal cut, a down cut, when they match, our back cut has to be above where those two meet. But it doesn't, once we bypass these two cuts, we created what's called a Dutchman. When we do this back cut above on the 45-degree notch, it really doesn't matter because this cut actually closes before the notch really even works. So what happens then is the tree, it literally has to tear this fiber out of the stump or out of the tree. And that's where we used to stay with the tree and cut until it started going more.
Right.
And it essentially be broken free from the stump
Yeah.
when it's almost straight up in the area.
Yeah.
What we want to do is get both cuts of the notch to match. And I'll see if I can do it upright. And for the hazards, we want to be looking at dead limbs. Are we falling the tree into other tops? Is there a car parked nearby a house? Anything we don't want to wreck or hurt. Right? Limbs are going to get knocked off. All of those things are going to be happening. I want to look at those and kind of think, okay, what happens when the tree goes through the crowns? What's going to be happening? The second thing is I want the tree to fall in a certain direction. Which way is it leaning in relationship to that direction? Does it lean forward? Does it lean back? Come back out of the tree.
So you use these wedges to do what now?
Show where you put a wedge in there.
If we're to follow this tree, let's say we wanted to be sure that it was going to go forward and snug it tight, and then make my release cut in the back. The saw might still be in the same cut. I might pull it out and come from the back, from the outside in. And then I can pound this in and wedge the tree forward if I need it.